Well, hello and good morning and welcome to Coffee Club on a Friday morning, 4425. The 4th day of April, 2025. Jesse, Josh, and Haley. And it was nice to get a little bit of rain outside.
Yeah. Was it though?
Yes. Why? What was your problem?
My eyes this morning. I woke up and they're like all poofy.
Oh, Maddie?
Yeah.
Well, it was definitely good. And I just, like I say, settle the dust. And if we can get a little bit more, it's been so dry, this would be helpful, right, Josh?
Yeah, we're supposed to get a little bit more today. It's supposed to do this pretty much all day.
I'll take that. As we are on the 4th day of April, we have some great guests into the studio here today. And we're going to go basically from left to right, my left to your right. Okay. Brant, Carter, Josiah, and Barry are joining us here today. And so we're going to start with Barry. Barry Mooney, he's the building inspector from McCook. And Josh said I had a lot of guts to invite an inspector into the building.
Well, that was an Inspector Gadget.
No, right.
But he did bring his vest in, so that's an A+.
Barry Mooney, the city inspector here from McCook. And we wanted to invite him in because it's kind of like, we don't want people to be scared of our law enforcement officers. We don't want them to be afraid of our inspectors either. So, welcome, Barry.
Thank you very much. I'm such a bad guy, I'm sure. So,
right.
I appreciate you guys taking a little bit of a chance on me, in that aspect.
Yeah.
So, that's what we originally started this program for, was to bring a more personal level to people in the public. So, like, City Manager Nate Snyder is always a good example. People know him as the city manager and all the stuff that he has on his plate, but you don't know what his favorite color is, right?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of why we started this show, was to give somebody a personal feeling. So now people can get to know you on a personal level too.
I've had a chance to meet you a couple of times. We talked about some different projects, but also we ended up at Table in the Wilderness up there one year. So got to meet you a little bit as a person. And
yes.
And I appreciate you. I like you. So
well, I appreciate that. As I tell a lot of people with my position is, I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to make enemies. I'm just here to do a job.
Yeah.
And I try to be as fair as I can, consistent as best I can. And the one thing I want to say more than anything is that when my wife and I moved up here to Nebraska, I came from a jurisdiction in Kansas. This has been one of the greatest communities we've lived in. And this is our third community we've lived in. And I truly mean that. And I have had fantastic luck with the people I've worked with, just from the community as a whole to the people I work with at the city, contractors as well. It has been amazing. So, that's not just a suck up to the community kind of thing. That is the God's honest truth. It really is. And I really appreciate that because it makes my job easier, and more enjoyable. So
you have an important job and, on one side, making sure that code is followed and all that type of thing, but the safety side of it, but just resale value, all those things really do come into play. How did you get into building inspecting as a whole?
By pure accident. I started out with being a state certified road and bridge inspector for the state of Kansas. And I was traveling a lot. My wife didn't like it. We were starting a family. So she was trying to get a little more closer to home for me to work. And she knew I loved construction. And the city manager in the community we're living in, she was working part-time for. And he was just asking her, what do I do? What is my experience? What do I enjoy doing? And there was a position coming available to work at the city. Went and talked to him, and it sounded pretty good. It was something different, still construction, but just I wasn't have to travel. I was gone all week. I'd live out of a suitcase, motel, that whole thing that a lot of people do. So that's where it began, and I'll be honest with you, it was a different change because it was just a different type of construction. I was used to building bridges, being on road projects, things of that nature. But it was a variety of different projects. Now, there's a caveat that comes with that, is that he didn't tell me about some of the negativity that comes with it when you do something that somebody doesn't like.
Yeah.
Now you get to play possibly referee or punching bag. So there were some challenges along the way that I was not aware of until it came. So, but that's how it kind of began.
Well, kind of where the conversation came from to get you in for Coffee Club was the city of McCook's been putting out a few notices about, hey, if you're starting a new business or doing something new, sometimes a nice little walkthrough with the building inspector can help in a lot of ways. And so I thought that'd be a good way to invite you in and talk about that. So where does that come from?
Where that comes from is, and this isn't a gig on anybody, is that I get to a point where I hear of a new business that is opening for ribbon cutting, which is fantastic. That's great that
Sure.
I get those notifications. But I'm like, hey, where's that at?
Mm-hmm.
And wonder what they're doing there. And why didn't I get invited to do some inspections for what possibly need to be permitted? Or maybe I need to get with the state fire marshal for some safety criteria there, because him and I do work a lot together. So I started thinking about this more and more about how that was happening. So I was able to contact the chamber, just kind of put a little bug in their ear as well. And it came out. And the benefit of this is just like what you were kind of mentioning, I hope having me on here, is if I can do a walkthrough in advance, what I can do is I can kind of help prevent some of those issues later that maybe could occur.
Yeah.
Before they open. If there's something that maybe they weren't aware of that I saw and went, hey, maybe you just be aware of this, because this could cause you some grief in the long run. The downside that I've always told people, and this is kind of a scare tactic, and I shouldn't do this, but I do have the authority to walk into any business at any given time during their business hours.
You're done.
And go, oh, by the way, violation, I can close your doors. Okay, that is the last thing I want to do. That literally is the absolute last thing I want to do. I'd rather work with folks than against them.
Yeah.
So it's more of just, like I said before, it's more of an education that I try to do so people are aware, to make sure it's being done safe. That's the best thing that I can tell anybody. My job is basically based on safety. Safety of all, as best I can.
So as people are starting a business, or maybe just want some help, a lot of times it's minor maintenance type stuff, really. And so people can call and invite you too, Absolutely.
And I use that very loosely when I tell folks, especially like homeowners, trying to do a small remodel in their own home. Never done one before. I said, folks, please do me a favor. Call me with the most absolutely ridiculous question that you have. Because I said, you have a question.
Yeah.
You need an answer.
Yeah.
And I would do my best to try to help you with that answer. As opposed to assuming, hopefully we all know what assume does, it will get you in trouble. So let's not do that.
Yeah. So if people would like to get a hold of you at the city, what's the best way to do so?
Just give the city office a call, 345-2022. And then if they want to get a hold of me straight away, my extension is 232. By all means, please do.
Barry Mooney, our building inspector here in McCook. One of our other guests, Brant, from just east of town here, and wanted you to have an opportunity to talk about Nebraska Army National Guard and what you guys have as far as opportunities that are coming up. And you said, hey, I'll do you one better. I'll bring in a couple of recruits, right?
Oh, yeah. Appreciate you guys having us on.
Yeah. So what have you guys been up to lately?
Oh, there's not been a whole lot of different stuff. We've had a lot of people from McCook join this year, probably 7 or 8, I think, just from McCook.
Do I introduce your guys here a little bit?
Well, yeah. We got Carter Hartwell. You're a PFC now because you had 2. And then we got Specialist Wilkinson. So he's already been through basic. And then Hartwell is going to basic in August. And they're both seniors here at McCook.
Very good. So talk about this process. How did you guys meet up then?
So Wilkinson's funny. I met his cousin because she's actually a recruiter for us in Omaha.
Okay.
So I had people down there, or we had a recruiting event, and his cousin's like, you need to talk to my cousin. I'm like, who's your cousin? He's like, Josiah. So I got a hold of him, got him to come to a workout, and then he came to workouts all summer. He's like, this is kind of fun. Then we talked, and he's like, oh, this pays for college. So then around September, I think, is when you enlisted your junior year.
Oh, yeah, something like that.
Yep. And then Hartwell, we met at the school, I believe, in Mr. May's class. Yep. And then he came to a couple workouts and didn't see him. Then he came to a couple more workouts, and then he just kept coming. And then his mom and dad decided to let him do this thing. And his mom and dad are super cool, too. So are Wilkinsons. Did some dove hunting with them once, too.
Yeah. You ever had dove with jalapeno?
Yeah, jalapeno and then bacon wrapped around it.
Oh,
Super good.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So let's talk to you guys. Josiah first. Take us down this path. I mean, how did this end up being something for you in your mind?
I'm not really sure. I think the first time I remember meeting Sherbarth was at the school. We were doing that laser tag, or what was it, the zombie tag team?
Oh, yeah, Z-tag.
And then he was talking to me about Paige and stuff. And then, yeah, of course, I went to the workouts and everything. And then, I don't know, there's some blurry haze between events, but then I remember being like, you know, I think it'd be pretty fun to go skydiving, and I'm not really trying to pay for that. So I'm like, you know what? Put me on there, man. And here I am now. But no, it was a great time. Left in June last year and missed a really nice summer, but that's okay because I was able to get basic done, and that was a really good experience for me.
Yep. You took somebody from here with you, right, though?
Oh, yeah. Ozzy Barber went down there with him. We didn't both go to, we did both go to Benning, except he was on the other side of it because, different MOSs. He's a Cav Scout, so just put in different locations. But it was a great experience overall. Reception was definitely the worst. Basically what that is you wake up and you stand, then you'll go get some breakfast, and while you're waiting for breakfast, you'll stand, and then you'll eat breakfast, and then you go outside and you'll stand for a while, and then you'll get lunch, and then you'll stand. And
I heard a comedian once say that basically in the military, you run everywhere, and then you stand in line to get in where you run to.
Yeah, that's actually incredibly accurate.
Hurry up and wait is true.
All right, Carter, how about you? Talk about your journey.
Yeah, so I met Sherbarth, junior high and stuff. We did like obstacle courses in PE. But then he came to Mr. May's room my sophomore year when I was in government and law. And he just kind of mentioned it. And I didn't really think about it then just because I'm sure I had some other dumb plan. But then junior year, we took the ASVAB, and I did good enough on that to where I could get like a decent, I can kind of pick what I wanted to do and maybe get a bonus too. And I sat down with him and we talked a little bit, and kind of the same as Josiah. I was like, ooh, jump out of a plane, that'd be cool. Extra money for college, that's cool. And then I got a really nice burrito on the way back from MEPS. That is the selling ticket. And I got a cool backpack. I got some hoodies. The swag is, it's not why you do it, but it helps for sure. Yeah. But, and then, so I enlisted in December of 2024, so pretty recently. And now I'm just go up to drill RSP once a month in Kearney until I ship out in August.
So what's your guys' plan for the future? Like, what do you want to do in the future with this?
As of the moment right now, I'm gonna finish AIT in airborne school. I'll ship out in June and then get back in late October-ish, sometime around there. And the goal is go to UNL in 2026. I want to go do some civil engineering, and the Guard's gonna help me pay for that. And right now, all the college classes I've taken since I've joined, I've had them paid for and everything. So that's been a fantastic benefit. And my parents definitely like that one. But after that, I just want to go to UNL. Plan on trying to get into that Minuteman Scholarship Program deal. So be an officer in the Guard, and that'll allow me to get my room and board paid for as well. So if I can do it right, I should be able to get all my college expenses paid for. So that'll be fantastic. And then I want to come back after, I already got about 30 credits done, so probably 3.5 years, maybe 4 years, come back and work for the Bureau of Reclamation over here. And I think it'd be great. I want to come back and do some coaching because, I think that'd be a good time. I like to come back. So
I love that. All right, Brant, you're looking for a couple more recruits. Recruiting's been good, but a couple more recruits for the year, so you're doing nice, right?
Yeah, we only 2 more spots is what I have for this year, and we got one from Southwest that I told you about is going down, and a couple more kids in the area that are working on it. So recruiting's been really good.
So what's the process look like to start that?
So what it looks like is we normally I do it a little different. I don't really badger people with phone calls and stuff because it kind of wastes my time just sitting there on the phones. But you find somebody in the school or an event or like one of their buddies, hey, talk to this dude. Mm-hmm. You sit down, you have a 20 minute to an hour interview. You make sure they're basically qualified through medical questions, and then at the end, they tell you if they want to do it.
All right.
Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't know till later on. Then from there, you fill out a packet, and we go to Omaha. If they make it, I get them a California burrito from Abelardo's, and it is the best California ever.
It's amazing.
It's a thing, huh?
Oh, it's a thing.
Is it the one with French fries in it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
But everyone that makes it, we always stop and get one on the way back, and it's good.
Yeah.
So
if somebody wants to reach out to you, what's the best way?
I'd say Instagram or my work cell, which is, I can say that if you guys want. It's
Sure, yeah.
308-340-8384.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, appreciate all you do, and thank you guys too for being a part of this, and it's going to be pretty cool.
What's your plan that you want to do for after?
So I got, basic training in August, and then I'll do OSUT, so just 26 straight weeks. So I'll do my basic, my AIT, and then my airborne school. And then once that's done, I won't get back till about February, March. Probably. Around then. So I won't be able to join the school year until the fall of 26. But then I have some credits here at MCC, so I'll only have about a year left, hopefully.
Yeah.
So I'll get gen eds done probably, and then I got to wait till I'm 20 to join I'm trying to do the State Patrol Academy, so
nice.
got to graduate by the time you're 21. So once I'm 20, I'll try to join that, and if I make it, that'd be awesome. And if not, maybe go to Kearney and get a bachelor's degree.
It's very good. Yeah, I'm really proud of both of you. Really am.
Hopefully you can choose this area back. I know in the State Patrol, like they kind of put you where you're needed, but hopefully you get to come back.
Yeah, definitely.
Be very good. We are ready for our weekend poll. Haley, this came about because I saw a post that people never ask this anymore. It's like they don't even care. But so we decided to ask the question.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
Seems pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Can I say the chicken?
Yeah, you can. Actually, if you want.
I mean,
Chickens were around.
no, but probably I just have to go with the T-Rex. I mean,
Yeah.
it's plain and simple.
Yeah. How about Josh?
There's a lot of them. I love them all, but
We need Cordell here for this.
yeah, Cordell. If he would do it, he would probably say the Allosaurus is his favorite.
What is the Allosaurus?
It's like a T-Rex, but a little bit more BA.
Is it the one with the little fin on its head?
Nope. It's got two little horn spikes on its head.
Okay, all right.
But it still comes from the Tyrannosaurus family.
Yeah.
For me, I got to go water. So the Mosasaurus is probably my favorite because that's the descendant of the Megalodon.
Of course it is. All right, Josiah, you got to go next.
I don't know if I'm gonna say. I don't even know what it's called. It's got the spikes on the side. It's just basically a giant shell, and it's got a giant ball on its tail.
Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Because he's just hanging out. He's not too worried about life. He's just eating some vegetables, and when they mess with him, he just whacks them. So that'd be my answer.
Carter.
Velociraptor from the Jurassic World movie.
Yeah.
Those things are pretty cool.
Yep,
I don't know
yep.
if you can really train them in real life, but they looked pretty cool.
It'd be cool to have your own pack, right?
Yep.
Barry?
I'm one of those guys that I like to see it, pet it, talk to it a little bit. So I'm really not sure I got a favorite, but if I did, I'm going to have to go with T-Rex.
Okay,
Just
all right.
big and bad.
Brant?
I think the Triceratops. That one's my favorite from like the Land Before Time movies.
Oh,
They
yeah,
were always
yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah. Petrie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the name?
Yeah. Well, it was one of them.
That was one of the
Yeah.
characters. Yeah. I got to go the pterodactyl just because it's hard to spell. But, just to be able to, fly and,
So do you like? So a lot of people, what they think is pterodactyl is not.
What do you mean?
So pterodactyls come from like the reptile family. So if you want the bird side, then it's like I can't even think of it. We have a whole book of it at the house. So I could bring the book and show you.
You should have brought the book.
But the one that everybody's like, oh yeah, that's the one that I want. They're like a wingspan of 9 foot.
Yes.
And the pterodactyl's much smaller than that.
Oh. So that's our question today. What is your favorite dinosaur? Did we get everybody? Okay. If you want to go and post that on our Facebook page, we'd love to see some of the answers on that. Next topic for the Coffee Club is, what would you rather? Would you rather always be late or always be unprepared? All right. Barry, you want to start?
Oh, if I don't get this right, my wife will be all over me, and she knows better. Unprepared.
You'd rather
theory
be
in my house.
You'd rather be unprepared?
Oh yeah. In theory, in my house is this: if you're on time, you're late.
Yeah.
And all of my kids and my wife all go against me on it. So
Yeah. Josiah?
I think it really depends on kind of the context of what you're being late for. I'd say if it's something real important, I'd much rather be on time. Other than that, I'd much rather be prepared. Because, I mean, if you just leave too soon, you don't got everything you need, then the whole event could be ruined. Your whole day, you might not have what you need. I mean, if I go and I'm late for prom by like 20 minutes, but I got all my stuff, then I'm good. But if I'm on time for prom, but I don't got my suit, my shoes, everything else, then kind of a hard deal to do. So
that's a good point.
Depends.
Yeah. Carter, how about you?
I'd always rather be late because kind of like Josiah said, like if you're going to go to school, I'd rather be late and have my backpack and be able to go through the day than unprepared and you just sit there. So
yeah, of course. You know, Josiah lives just, I think it's just south of Canada. So, so if you forget something at the house, you're just bringing it tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty much toast if I forget something.
What time did you have to leave to get here this morning?
So I'm going to be real careful. I think I left at 5:45,
yeah.
5:50. I took her into town easy. Roads weren't horrible.
A little sloppy?
Weren't all that great.
A little sloppy in some places?
Yeah.
All right, Brant. Would you rather be late or unprepared? Always late or always unprepared?
So I think my wife's going to disagree with what I say, but I would rather be unprepared. But it's kind of like what everyone said. It kind of depends because, like, let's say like a recruiting thing, like at a school, you can't be late for that stuff, but you can be unprepared for it. Yeah. Because you don't know what people are going to ask. So you got to shoot from the hip anyway.
Yeah.
So I would rather be unprepared than be late.
This is a tough one for me. I am on time a lot of times. I like to be early. But most of the time I'm unprepared too. Haley's really biting her tongue over there. What? I do shoot from the hip too, kind of like Brandon.
It'll be 5 minutes before you're supposed to be somewhere. And I'll be like, are you going to leave? Oh, yeah. Here in a minute.
You're not wrong.
It drives me nuts.
This is super easy for me because I would much rather be. I'm with Barry. If you were 10 minutes, you got to get there like 10 minutes before it even starts, and you're perfect. Mm-hmm. Right? Anytime after that, my whole day's ruined anyways. So I might as well just be unprepared. And I'm a really good gunslinger from the hip too. So I think I can fake my way through it.
How about you, Haley? Would you rather always be late or always be unprepared?
I would go with always be unprepared because I cannot stand being late.
Yeah.
Just can't do it.
It's a good topic for the coffee club. Our next one here is, what piece of clothing do you always wear but cannot throw away? Josiah, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'd love to. I got a pretty straightforward answer. I don't really care. I mean, I don't have a favorite piece of clothing. I kind of rep the same outfit pretty much every day. I got shorts, t-shirt, and a hoodie if it's slightly chilly.
You could run for Congress, you and Fetterman, right next to you know.
This might not have been a good topic for all guys.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, if I got something that's kind of worn down, if I get a hole in something, I mean, it's just going, I'm getting thrown away right away. I mean, if it's unusable, then.
Wow.
I mean, I don't really have very much sentimental value with clothes.
Very good. Carter?
Josiah's kind of killing me because he keeps taking my answers.
Okay, you get to go first next time,
But
right?
I'm the same way. Like, I rep the same. I got like 5 pairs of the same pair of pants right here. And once one gets a hole in them, I'll toss them. And t-shirts and hoodies, that's about it.
Yeah.
So it's, if I'm not going to wear it, I won't. I'll throw it in the Goodwill bin that we have or whatever.
Yeah. Barry, how about you?
Well, I may not be answering this the correct way, and my wife will just love this answer, but I think I've worn a hat since I've been born. Because my own grandmother didn't know if I had hair until I was a senior in high school. But I will never throw a hat away. I don't care if that thing has been used to patch a tire. Okay, it's staying with me. Okay, it's just got that best fit, best look. You know, it's sentimental. You know, kind of thing. So I don't know if that's the right answer for what you're looking for, but that's kind of the way I'm going with it.
Brant, asking the question: a piece of clothing you never wear but can't throw away.
Well, I've only seen him wear this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not too far off. I have a closet of uniform items from like when I was in the Marines and when I got out. And then it's a closet full of stuff, and I haven't thrown it away because I don't know, my wife, she's like, yeah, make room. I'm like, I can't throw this stuff away right now.
Yeah.
But I never wear it. It's just, that's where it is.
For me, I got a leather jacket. You know, we spent a lot of money on that back then. I mean, the leather's starting to go now, but and an old football jersey that, you know, I used to put football pads underneath that, and I don't know, I don't know how. It'd be like a crop top.
Did yours
now.
shrink too through time? Mine
It does.
did the same thing.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. So, so there's that. But then, so those are the two pieces probably for me. Josh?
For me, I do a rotation. So I wear 2 shirts a day. So I wear an undershirt and then a shirt over it, right? And the reason for that is sometimes you spill on the first shirt, so you can just take it off and switch and you got a second shirt.
Flip them. Yeah.
And I've always just, ever since I was a kid, I've always had to have an undershirt on. A lot of times, if I was to take off my top shirt, my undershirt, you can see completely through it. Because my undershirt is like worn to the gills.
But they're comfortable.
Yeah, and then when that one gets a hole or becomes too far gone,
Barbecue shirt.
it becomes a barbecue shirt. And then my top shirt now becomes my undershirts. So I have just like this rotation of shirts, and I have a lot of them, but I always wear the same shirts.
Won't throw it away. Haley, same question for you.
Any of my Steelers attire. I just can't find myself to get rid of it, but I'm hoping someday we'll get a little better.
So you never wear it. So
Not
you,
really.
you can't. You're not really celebrating the fact that you're a Steelers fan.
I used to a lot, but now I just find it sitting in my drawers. But I can't get rid of it.
No.
So
All right, our next topic for the coffee club. Here's a fun one here today. Carter gets to go first.
So,
Did I ask you this question? Do you know what the question is?
I do. Yeah, I got it here.
Okay,
So if I had an extra room in my house.
Nope, I'm flipping it.
Oh, flipping it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So we're going to go to the celebrity beef one.
Oh, okay.
So you got to go first.
Well, Taylor Swift, I am
I'm
very,
with Carter.
She ruined the sanctity of football, and I can't get over it.
Thank you.
And I'll say it, and I'll get some hate for it, I'm sure.
No.
But man,
No,
oh,
I'm with
man.
you, dude.
Thank
Preach
you.
it.
I appreciate
Please.
it. I am, just not a fan.
I'd make an interjection there. I think she used to be a very wonderful, country singer, and then she just tossed it down the drain as the years progressed.
Yeah.
But
She had an awesome start because she was on tour with George Strait. That's where she got her, when she first got her first break. And if she'd have stayed that line, she'd have been great. But so our question is,
So she should have sang a song about George Strait instead of Tim McGraw.
probably no kidding. That was where the branch happened. But the question is, what celebrity do you have a one-sided beef with? So Josiah,
I wasn't sure coming in here, but I think I know now. I'm gonna go with a local celebrity, Jesse Stevens. I was gonna say it. I mean, when we're playing noon ball, basketball, he's just doing all these crazy moves that are really very predictable, but they just throw me off every time. Like, he'll hold the ball right in front of my face and be like, "What's that?" And I know he's not pointing at anything, and so I don't look. And then he'll just throw the ball somewhere, and it kind of upsets me a little bit. So I mean, he's just tricky. And other than basketball, I think he's great.
Yeah.
But,
Do you know his nickname was The Body?
really?
Yeah, Jesse the Body Stevens.
yeah, Mr. Jones was my 7th grade reading teacher, and he would actually give me 2 bonus points on every paper if I'd sign my name, The Body, at the top.
Wow.
Passed me the class, I think.
Do what you got to do.
That's right. That's right. Brant, what celebrity do you have a one-sided beef with?
I think mine's a pretty basic answer. I think Christian Bale, because he quit doing the Batman movies.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So
Barry?
I got to back Carter. Everybody had talked about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And mine's kind of a twice-fold because not only I'm a huge George Strait fan, have been for years, and just as you said, Jesse, going down that path. And I'm also one of the world's largest Chiefs fans. Sorry about your Pittsburgh Steelers. But born and raised in that aspect as well. And, again, I'm with Carter. Leave her off the TV. We're playing football, people. We're not trying to promote a concert, okay? Please, just stop. Now, it was great for Kelsey. I think he got some good attention on that one. But
His stock went way up.
oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Josh, what celebrity do you have a one-sided beef with?
Man, I don't know if I got beef with anybody. I think what really annoys me the most is I I think Apple Music is in charge of the Super Bowl halftime, right?
I don't know. Sure, let's
Something like that.
For argument's purposes,
whoever is the one that decides who's the halftime performers, that's who I got beef with.
Yeah.
Because they're straight trash.
Yeah.
Like I want to bring country and rock music back to the halftime entertainment. I'm tired of all the political stance, all the
half-dressed people.
The underlining issues that they are singing in their songs and stuff. I'm just done with that. Let's just bring it back to some good old entertainment.
We need a Nickelback halftime.
No, we don't need Nickelback.
Or Creed.
That, oh, yeah.
Listen, everybody dogs on Nickelback, but if it's on, you turn it up a little bit, right?
Nickelback. Nickelback on album is fantastic. In concert, they stink.
That's how I felt about Stained in concert because their instruments were too loud.
Yes, 100%.
John Michael Montgomery. He was made in the studio, did not translate well into the real world.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah, that's going back a few years.
My brother says Mahomes.
That's his celebrity he's got a beef with?
Yeah, and then my mom wants to know what part of Kansas you're from.
Oh, do I dare it? When I answer that, I may really go down in flames out. Central Kansas, little town near Great Bend, Kansas. If anybody knows where that's at.
Yes. Yeah, so we're...
family that lives down there.
Yeah, my family's all from Dodge City.
Oh, my.
So
wow, we got more ties than I thought because I got family in that vicinity as well. And no, they're not cows, just because old food lots, just for the record.
That's why we love Coffee Club, is we start to learn these connections. And
we got our own little Keenports section in the cemetery. So
nice.
Is that where you're going?
Where I'm being buried?
Yeah.
No. B-Town.
Bartley. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
On the hill.
I want to be buried about 6.5 foot deep. That way the ground's a little warm when I'm down there.
Not sure if it'll matter that much.
I'm going to have them bury me face down so people can have a place to park their bike.
Oh, my.
Learned that one in junior high. Next question for Coffee Club today. If you had an extra room in the house, what are you going to use it for? Haley?
I don't know. I was trying to think about this because I'm like, we already have kind of our extra office room downstairs that I could probably set up and do whatever I want, but it's got like Kyle's gun cabinet and a desk and stuff. But I know my husband would want me to say like a secret little speakeasy.
Oh, really?
Because he wants to do that out of our storage room.
Yeah.
Because we have a huge storage room and he wants to make the back half of it like this little secret speakeasy that you enter in like behind this bookshelf in the extra room.
Oh, right. The hidden room.
But for me,
can you do the hidden room things?
You know, I would love to do a walkthrough with that individual to have that conversation. So have your husband give me a call.
Okay.
We can have a great conversation.
He wants to put in an event so that
we should probably go down the safety path as well.
Okay.
You know, it'll all work out well.
We're probably gonna have to put in a window because I don't think the back half.
No, there's no window.
Yeah, actually there is. Yeah.
All right.
There's one above the shelf. But
Sidebar real quick. If you're always looking for egress, how do safe rooms work?
Now, one of the misconceptions here with egress is, especially when you're below grade, is only required where there's a sleeping room.
Oh, okay.
So that's one of the things, and that's a great question, Jesse, because I do get that often. People think that, well, I've got this basement area, I've got to have an egress window. No, if you're not planning on putting a sleeping room there, no, you don't have to.
Yeah.
But no, that's where that leads into.
See? Learn something.
Okay, well, that works.
All right, I'm done. We'll see y'all. Did my part.
I don't know. For me, I mean, I have my Cricut, and I wish sometimes I would do more with it. So maybe like my own room where I could just set everything up for my Cricut. I don't know.
The wife and I, we share an office. My computer's her computer's, my desk her desk. You know, we share that, and it's good. But a dedicated studio would be really cool. I think if I had an extra room, that would be really nice. Josh, if you had an extra room in the house, what are you doing with it?
Barbecue seasonings and bourbon.
Pretty much, yeah. Probably. That's pretty predictable. Actually, I mean, I want a whole like garage just a shed to myself, a she shed, but he shed.
A he shed?
And just have all my crap in there that I want, that I can just walk out there, press my little doop, 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 get in, and it's like a little smokehouse. And
there'll be a recliner in there, won't there?
And you know what?
Yeah.
And
You could put in like a trophy case of all your old 608s that you've gone through.
Yes. That'd be good. And then the greatest thing about it is where I left that bottle of seasoning, it would still be there.
Nobody put it away?
Nobody put it away. And in the wrong spot.
Yeah. Brant, if you had an extra room in a house, what are you using it for?
So if I was picking for myself, I'd just pick a gun room. But I was picking because I got 5 little fellas.
Yeah.
I think an indoor trampoline room would be sick.
Yeah, I could go with that.
Yeah. Could you imagine a trampoline room where you built it big enough that you could have trampoline sidewalls too?
Oh, yeah. That'd be pretty sick.
Wow. Yeah. Tell me that wouldn't be fun.
That'd be pretty cool.
You might want to call your insurance agent on that one.
Or you can trampoline into a pool.
I love that. Carter?
Gambling room. Full-time poker dealer on payroll. Tables, maybe some blackjack, some craps, baccarat, all that.
You know how to gamble all that?
I don't know how to play craps or baccarat, but they look I don't know if I'm saying that right, but they look very fun. But I know I've been known to throw down some online blackjack, and we got ourselves a little poker group. We'll do some recreational poker.
Yeah.
And well, I don't make money from it, and I lose a lot, but it's a good time. I told every time I leave the house to go to poker night, I tell my mom, I'm gonna buy you a guest house when I get back. You're getting built one.
Well, have you guys finished your house yet?
We have, yes.
Oh, okay, so it's too late to add in the extra.
Once I hit it big from the poker, every time I leave, and then when I come home and tell her goodnight, she's like, "Did you get me a guest house?" And I go, "No, I lost $20." And that's it.
Yeah. Josiah, how about you?
I'm probably gonna say I'm just gonna turn it into a guest room.
Yeah.
I mean, I like having people over, and I think it's a good time. And if I got an extra room for somebody staying, that just means one more person added to the party.
There you go.
So that'd probably be my answer. And if not that, maybe a bookshelf room, a library.
A library?
I'm trying to get back into some books, and I forgot. High school really took away my passion for reading. It really did. The forced.
Here's War and Peace.
Yeah. That really killed my joy for reading, and I'm getting back into it, and it's just rediscovering the love for books. So I would think probably a library or a guest room.
What's that one book we always had to read? Animal Farm.
Animal Farm.
Yeah, that's a decent.
1984.
1984. We read that one too.
Fahrenheit 451.
51, yeah. The Outsiders.
Yeah, we read that in
7th grade.
Yeah.
There was political undertones in every one of those, wasn't
The
there?
worst thing that I ever had to read in my life was The Little Red Wheelbarrow. And that was a poem that when I was in college, we had to pick a poem out and we had to write a 5-page paper on it. If you've ever seen The Little Red Wheelbarrow poem, it's literally 7 lines. And I had to write 5 papers off 7 lines. Everybody else had these nice long poems. And the teacher, I knew when she said it, I was like, oh, that one sounds fun. Let's do that one. She just snickered at me and laughed like I was the best person to get it.
My sister is an English major, and I wonder what was the book that she hated to have to read. Because she went through high school and college and then got a master's. I think she's got a master's in English. Do you have to read all the books to get a master's in English? Is that how that works?
Oh, what books?
Like all the books.
Yeah, not possible.
So for you, what was your favorite book to read then?
My favorite book to read? I'm probably gonna have to go with The Inheritance Cycle. It's a fictional series, got like dragons and stuff, fantasy. It's an incredible book series. I first read it when I was in 5th or 6th grade, and honestly, I'm pretty sure I cried when I finished reading it. Not because like something terrible happened, but because it was over. I mean, that's how good it was. I'm actually rereading that right now, and it's just as good, it's much better than from what I remember. Partly because I can understand more words and I have a better comprehension of all the characters. It's just super in depth, and you get great look at the characters from every aspect, and the author just did an incredible job with it. And actually, he wrote it when he was 15. The entire cycle, he finished the 4 books by the time he was 19.
What about Shakespeare? You like Shakespeare?
Never read it.
Yeah.
Let me read you something real quick. So much depend upon the red wheelbarrow glazed with rainwater beside the white chickens. That was my poem.
What was your thesis?
Mine, my thesis on the whole thing was the red wheelbarrow was how I took it to the alone aspect and how the chickens were still being blessed with food and everyday comfort, but the red wheelbarrow that provided so much strength to get the feed to the chickens was just left out there in the rain.
I think you'd have had better time spent playing in the dirt.
That's a hard thing to do right there.
5 pages I had to write on that.
5 pages.
It's terrible.
My sister says Shakespeare. She says Shakespeare speaks in code. She didn't like the Romeo and Juliet.
What about the Da Vinci Code? Did she read that one?
I don't think so.
Because that's got code in it.
Right? Maybe. I'm not sure with that. Last topic for Coffee Club, and then we'll get birthdays, anniversaries. You want to start calling those in? You can call Haley. Dial 308-345-5598. And we'll get those birthdays and anniversaries on for April 4th, 5th, and 6th. So the last topic for the Coffee Club is, what's a fictional character's death that you haven't gotten over? Carter, we'll let you go again. So Josiah doesn't take yours.
I don't. This one, it's. I don't remember the dude's name. Vin Diesel played him in Saving Private Ryan. I don't remember the character's name, but when he got hit by like a sniper in a little town in Normandy or something like that, and that was pretty sad. I was pretty young when I watched that movie, and I knew him from like the Fast and the Furious, and I was like, no, Dom Toretto. So it was pretty sad.
Can I have your car?
It was, yeah. And like he has like a letter to his dad. So it made me, I was still upset. I just rewatched that the other day and it still hits me.
Josiah, fictional character's death that made you, or that you never got over.
Can I pass and think for a little bit more?
Yes, Barry.
Is it all right if I pick a cartoon character?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wile E. Coyote. I'm sorry. You know, that poor doggone animal never caught a break.
Nope.
That's just...
I heard that they're coming out with a Wiley versus Acme movie.
He's not
There's a
gonna
trailer about that.
Isn't there?
I think so.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, my darn.
Somebody, Emily Lashley, she said Bambi's mom.
Bambi's mom.
That's what my mom's is too, I believe. I think she just.
Oh, wow.
I still think so.
Yeah.
Tasted good, though. Am I right?
What's a fictional character's death that you haven't gotten over, Brent?
So I was trying to think about this, and I didn't even get an answer till probably 5 minutes ago. You've seen Frozen, right?
Yeah.
So you probably think I'm going to say a snowman guy.
Yeah, Olaf.
Olaf, but no.
Yeah.
Elsa's parents, right?
Oh.
Because they had these 2 little girls. Because I had a buddy that he was a different individual. We were over by Africa and then a couple other places, and if we weren't doing something, this dude was watching Frozen, and he was singing the songs, and everybody was doing it. I'm like, oh goodness. So I would have to say Elsa's parents, because they left those 2 little girls there and they locked themselves in that castle. That's pretty sad.
Oh. Never got over it. Haley.
I feel like the first thing that came to my mind when I asked myself this question was the dogs from Where the Red Fern Grows.
Bloodhounds.
That was pretty sad.
Yeah.
But as far as like a person, I'm going to go with Bubba. That one was
That's a
sad.
good one. That's good.
Okay, we got to explain this Bubba thing.
Forrest Gump. Bubba. Yeah.
Bubblegum.
Yeah.
Bubblegum shrimp.
We'll keep our faces out the mud.
Yeah. Gosh.
Josh, how about you?
She didn't do the accent, so I didn't get it. But now that was a triggering one for me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I love Forrest Gump. It's like my all-time favorite movie. But for me, I can't say mine that I want to say because I just watched it and people probably haven't seen the episode yet. So then I would ruin the episode.
Oh, no.
So
What's it off of?
1923.
Okay.
John Dutton would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Careful, we got Beth over here. Take you to the train
We
station.
gotta catch up.
In the latest episode of 1923, somebody dies, and this is the episode before the season finale, and I just can't handle it. And in fact, it kept me up all night last night.
No way.
So this morning, I had to even look up the family tree to make sure that it, how it branches off and see where it's at, and then it's like, okay. It's somewhat better now, but it's still like, what?
We're going to play a couple of games, and then we'll get to the birthdays here real quick. This is kind of fun. So it's called Finish the Phrase. Carter, this one fits basically because of what you said before we started Coffee Club this morning.
Said a lot of stuff.
So I'm going to say something, and you tell us what the next words are. Okay, right. Finish the phrase. The best part of waking up.
He's the only one that didn't choose coffee. You can't give him that one.
Is drinking coffee?
No.
It's Folgers in your.
It's Folgers in your cup.
And it's a lie.
If anybody wants more coffee, you can go out and get some if you want.
Yeah, we're good. Next, finish the phrase is for Barry. I'll be impressed if you get it. Not shocked if you don't. But maybe she's born with it. Maybe
she's not.
Oh, I know this one.
Do you?
And I'm a little.
Can you please concerned. Sing it though? Like you got to do it.
Okay, you do the first part.
Maybe she's born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Nailed it.
That was an old.
Sorry about that. I hate commercials. I'm sorry. If I'm watching TV,
he also wears a hat.
Yeah.
So
right.
I'm gonna watch the show. Get the commercials out of here.
All right. So, Josiah, it's not fair that you get this one, but we'll try. Just keep
swimming.
Very good for Finding Nemo. Yeah.
Just keep swimming.
Haley, you're probably not old enough for this one. We're going to try anyway. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Barry knows this one.
Sure, she gets that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can picture the soda.
Oh, no.
Is it a soda?
Nope, it's Alka-Seltzer.
It's Alka-Seltzer.
Okay.
But what's...
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
This is my favorite game.
Here, Brant, we'll do this one for you. I'm stuck on Band-Aid brand.
I have no idea.
Because the Band-Aid stuck on me.
Because the Band-Aid stuck on me.
I'm terrible at jingles.
The last one we'll do here. Barry, I'll give you one more.
Jingles work, though.
They do. The last one. They're magically...
Delicious.
That one.
Josiah, did you have that one?
They're really not, though.
Huh?
Can we talk about how trash they are?
I have a great argument against that. All my life, I believed Marshmallow Mateys are like vastly superior compared to Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms are like the oat.
What'd you call them?
Marshmallow Mateys?
Marshmallow Mateys?
Yeah, that's
It's
what
the
they
big
are.
bag.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a giant bag, right? And their anchors, they're very soft and they're puffy, and there's not a ridiculous amount of marshmallows. For Lucky Charms, like the puff, it's way too crunchy and it hurts your mouth. And there's way too many marshmallows also because you're just gonna. It's just too much.
Wilkinson's got a special way he eats his cereal too.
Oh yeah, you put in the milk, right? And then you pour in the cereal, and you take a little bit, and then you pour in the cereal. Yes, I'm going to stand on that till the day I die. That's how you do it. For the reason that your cereal stays crunchier, you get more cereal, you just make a longer time out of your milk, and then you can like read while you're eating cereal or watch a YouTube video or whatever.
So you dump and eat.
That's 100% correct.
He's efficiency at the flavor he likes.
I ain't got time for that.
Wake up earlier.
You don't have a kid yet.
If I'm getting this right, I pour the cereal in and then I pour from the corner. I pour one corner. And that just allows the milk to go right through and underneath, so you're not getting everything wet.
How big is your bowl?
I can get behind that.
I go straight over the top.
It's just a regular bowl.
Yeah.
But so you go straight over the top, you splash everywhere, and your cereal gets wet.
Because there's times where I'll push my cereal to one side and then only let a little bit of it at a time sit in the milk so it doesn't get all soggy quick.
But if you're eating like Life and shredded wheats, you want it soggy.
Well, I'm not eating that.
No.
See, there's way better cereal than that.
How about if you value the roof of your mouth, never eat Captain Crunch.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. When it comes for cereal, I always use a coffee mug, and I put the cereal in, pour till you see the milk, and then that's
justifiable.
To be honest, that's the serving size you're supposed to have. Now, I have 7 of them, but...
When have you ever been mindful of serving sizes?
Well, yeah. Ready for the birthdays. Birthdays and anniversaries. If you know anybody celebrating a birthday today, call us here, 345-5598. All right, Josh, you got any birthdays for us here today?
Probably.
We had one that was called in.
Okay, Haley.
Rod Volberding turns 69 today. So happy birthday. I also have birthdays for Stacy Smock, Caitlin Metcalf, my stepdad, Matthew Brenner has a birthday. So happy birthday.
We also have Nathan Hudson, Brittany Hoffman, Steve Chesmore, Tyson Havronic, Mason Fanning, and Krista Sayer has a birthday. Austin Edwards with a birthday today.
My birthday list here for the next few days anyway. We got, you said Stacy Schmock, Caitlin Metcalf, Ty Havronic, James Mockery, Will Sugaroo, Casey Taylor, and Austin Edwards. So now, you guys, anybody birthdays?
Tomorrow, birthday for Scott Smalley.
You got one you shouldn't forget?
It's not really a birthday. It's going to be the very first birthday of the Minecraft movie.
Yes!
It's a huge deal going around in the high school right now.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, we got a troop
tonight.
We got a troop going today. Everyone's should be wearing blue shirts, and we're going to be wearing jeans, and we're going to pull up to the movie theater and going to have ourselves a good time. So happy birthday to the most terrible movie that's going to happen ever.
It's going to be amazing.
But we're going to make some fun out of it.
Did you watch Snow White?
No.
Well,
I heard it was horrible.
Yeah, that one was terrible.
I heard it was
Yeah,
horrible.
so the premise of the Minecraft movie is it's going to be really bad. I mean, it's just
Oh, yeah.
terrible.
But it's got Jack Black in it.
Well,
it's true.
The trailers look fantastic. I'm very excited.
It's going to be a funny movie, and it's kind of a meme.
I think the most shocking part about it is you have jeans.
Yeah, I do actually have jeans. Yeah, I wear them once a week. I wear them for church.
Weddings
I was
and
going to say,
funerals.
I think you're usually in jeans at church.
Yeah,
So.
I wear jeans at church, and then other than that, shorts.
Yeah. All right, so is that all the birthdays? Got to pick a winner to get these cool prizes.
A donut from Ember's Bakery, ice cream from The Scoop, a sandwich from Jimmy John's and Coca-Cola.
All right, who was called in?
Rod Volberding.
Okay, come by the radio station and pick up those prizes here sometime today or Monday. Just ahead of 8 o'clock Central Time. And Barry, thanks for coming in. I hope you had a fun time for
Absolutely.
Coffee Club.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. People would like to learn more about, getting you in to take a look at what they can do, or doing a permit for like a building or a remodeling project. What's that process look like?
Hopefully very simple. You can do it multiple ways. We have it on our website, believe it or not, for those that want to fill a form out for a permit application. So you don't have to stop in, filling out by hand, whatever. Or if you would like to stop in and see my ugly face, you're welcome to do that as well. But fees are involved, things of that nature. But just like to have a conversation with you.
Okay. All right. And Brant, looking for at least one more recruit, but you wouldn't love to have a conversation with folks that may be interested in being a part.
Oh, yeah. They're good dudes or ladies. We won't turn them away.
Yeah. So what does that process look like?
So they just got to talk with me 20 minutes to maybe an hour, and we just see what they want to do, if they're qualified, basically.
Do you hold office hours, or do they come just call you and schedule, or what's that look like?
So that's one of the coolest things about this job is hours are pretty much like what you make them, right? So if there's people you talk to at like 10 in the morning, that might be all you got to do that day. So kind of work to people's schedules. Sometimes they got to meet on a Saturday. I'll meet them on a Saturday.
Yeah. All right. Best way to reach you?
Instagram or 308-340-8384 is my work cell.
All right. Thanks, guys, for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Glad to have you guys for Coffee Club. On a Friday morning, April 4th, 2025, here for Coyote Country 105.3. Happy
Weekend Eve.